There we are. Welcome to the show. Turn on the light, light up the flame, turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. We've got Brian over here in the corner. He's having a good time, and we've been doing a little bit of reorganizing. He's got a nice little torch going on over there in the corner, which is a cool thing. And I have to check to see what's going on in the live stream. Oh, it hasn't started yet. Or has it? Yeah, it has. Okay. If you happen to show up, um, oh, I've got to clean that lens. Holy cow. Sorry about that, folks. I thought it was clean. It's not clean. Major scratches and probably a couple other things going on it. We'll see if we can't fix that real quick. And then, oh yeah, it looks good now. Oh, it still looks bad. That means there's something on the actual screen itself. I mean, on the camera lens. Let me see if I can fix that too. There we go. That might have gotten that. Things you didn't know until you take off and look in another direction. Okay. Um, Still didn't do anything. But we'll live with what we got. Hey, Daryl. Nice to see that. Yeah, you caught me. Yeah, you caught me. I'm here usually a lot. I'm later. I'm about an hour and a half later than I usually am. So that might be also a part of it. I'm also trying a new system. It might be a little bit more, uh, a little higher def. I'm going to check out real quick with the other camera lens going on here. Haven't done that quite yet because I have got a Cat 5 cord coming straight from the house. Huh? Yeah, that should do the trick. And you press it in. There. He's working with dichro over there. And I got to probably do this lesson and also do a lesson for you guys. So just keep, if you have any questions or requests, right now I'm sort of open, but I'm going to sit here and play mainly to see how the, as you can see, I put the new angle. Well, it's the same camera, but it should come out a little bit higher def than what it was before. Matter of fact, I think I will do a piece of dichro real quick. Also, can you hand me that tub right there, please? Yeah, the whole tub probably will do the deal. Lots and lots of dichro in this little. Lots and lots of dichro in this. You want more punte? Here, have a few more rods. Take a couple more anyway. All right, complain. Yeah, you are. Oh, and there's the marble that I received through the mail. That was really cool. I just had it sitting here. My son wanted to see what it looked like, so I showed it to him. Oh, look! In this same tub, we've got a spare um, swivel hose, which is pretty cool. Nice to have those handy. With that, can you move the, yeah, move that. That'll work. The rest of it's okay. And that'll be in my reach. Also in that, you saw a jar, and in this jar is nothing but little mustard seeds. Matter of fact, it says it on the top, mustard seeds. And what's going on there is when one of the things I do is I actually put mustard seeds and also hemp seeds inside little tubular encasements. I don't know if I've done that or not, but if you guys are interested, I'll do another one. See how it works. Um, I'm gonna break off some dichro, and we're gonna work off a little piece here. Want to do a lizard? I haven't done one of those in a while. I've actually got the punte about ready to go anyway. And again, when you're working with dichro, you put the shiny side up. I know everybody's heard it from me 3 or 4,000 times. And this is going fairly well and not very sluggish. I also wanted to repair him a little. He had a toe problem, and I'm gonna put another toe on him. So that's like totally okay. And again, if you guys have a request for something, now's the time. I'm sort of open, but I'm just going with the flow, melting, melting on and doing on what I always do. Press it in, shiny side up, heat, and get the dichro a little bit into the piece a little bit. And now I'll add, I've got some green exotic here, not green exotic, just jade green, excuse me. And I add it just to around the bottom of the dichro that I just put on. And this gives it a little bit of a buffer zone. And, dichro means two, di meaning two, chroic meaning color. It's two color glass. And it gives you a reflection of one color, and it gives you a transparent color of another. I see your baler pliers on the bench. Are they any chance radiator hose pliers made to be bale pliers? I just know that they were a pair of very pointy needle nose pliers, and I flayed them out one way and then bent them at a right angle so that they came together quite nicely. And I am still finding uses for it. It is fantastic to have around, in my eyes. Well, not endless, but possibilities. I'm glad I decided to make it. That's all. So, with that, I couldn't tell you, but if you would like, I will find a pair of those pliers and do a demo on how I made them um, in the future here. Just write comments below, below where we are at the moment, and give me the heads up on that. And again, what I'm doing, another one of my favorite tools is just a pair of wire cutters. And what I do with those is basically I heat up where I'm going to pull off from the puente, and I pinch, 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 apply it back and forth, touch, and it does the job quite nicely. And with that, I've got a nice jade green and gold, green and gold colored thing going on here. Um, and let's see, that's about the size of a good button, but no, I want to make this into a lizard. I had that in mind when I started, so let's go with the flow. Now I'll heat this up. It's a nice melted disc blob at the moment, and heating and gently pulling. I'm not pulling fast and mean, so that the flow of the glass and the dichro go, and it becomes more like a riverbed cracked look to the dichro. It's pretty cool. And again, it leaves the green and the diachroic sparkly glittery going on throughout. And I think I'll use jade for the legs and arms. Oh, this, well, I'll do it in just a little while. Give me a second here. I pinch to where I put the head on. It comes out to about, a nice diamond shaped head for a lizard. I'll tweeze that a little bit. And also as I tweeze it, I'm pulling it up higher level than the actual body itself. And you can see that. It's sort of like a upward curve there. And that makes the head and neck going on. Then this is the new thing that I was excited about when I told you the baler thing. This is one of the ways I found out to do this with this new baler, or the pliers anyway. Sending piece flying. Okay, here we go. Now what I've done is I put a little bit of a blob right underneath where I made the head to the lizard, and I get to about the center of it, press the pliers inward, and I'm spinning it back and forth, and it's sort of breaking through and puncturing. And then what you do is I heat up that thing one more time, and now I put it in there, and I sort of ream the hole out. Oops, of course, me and my cold welds, right? No, actually, that was a stress crack in the actual rod that I was working with, and I heat it up again, and that's going to make a nice, stronger, better bail than I used to make just a little loop underneath the chin. So that works out really, really well. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you show up too. Yeah, Brian's over here in the corner. Here, let me show for those that are coming in later, but they'll see it again. There we go. We flipped. He's waving. Hello. He's over there. He's got a little torch in that little corner of the world, and he's been having some. Okay, give me a second. Now I got to do a quick help, a quick assist for my son. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. What I'm going to do is this is one thing that you got to learn how to do too. Is you take a rod. I'm close. I know. I'm used to hot water, hot glass, and then you bring them together. And this is so that now you've got something longer to play with and work with. And you keep spinning to make it centered so it's not as off. See what I'm doing? Seeing what I'm doing, just spinning, and it's becoming a lot centered and better for you to work with. Paula says hi, Brian. Well, you already said hi, so you're saying hi, 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 hi. Never mind. We're getting there. Okay, now I'm back to warming that. I got to warm that in. I sort of set it aside for a little bit to do his quick deal, and I'm going to put these legs on this thing just out of jade green that I have sitting here. It didn't, did it? That's not nice. Okay. Ah, what is it about when you got hot glass in your hand, you tend to itch around your nose area, and you have to stop what you're doing to try to scratch it. Who knew, right? Okay. Now, back to the legs. If you have a request, again, I'm going to try to keep to uh, the 20 to 30-minute deal going on here, and I will come back probably within another 10 to 15 minutes after I finish this one and do one more show because I can, and it's just the way I've been working things. And if you want to make a request on this show, I might say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it in the next show. So, but if I have a little bit of time, and I have time at this point, because all I'm doing now is this one lizard. Oops, I did that off camera. I should just sort of, what I'm doing is the legs are a little bit too high, and now I'm bending them to be standing for the lizard. Yeah, now, back set of legs, doing the same deal. Now for lizards, I usually put the 2L shaped legs on there. And you see what I mean by L is because, of course, it's a L shape. And you, again, will discover and make your own language and or alphabet of shapes that you will understand and know in your mind that makes sense to you to make your animals work for you. And there's no other language like, oh yeah, I'll do that, do that, and get it done right. And but to me, these I have come up with especially for having to explain it to the public in these videos. The name of it is L-shaped leg. I just used to do them and know what I had to do. Boom, you know. There's an L-shaped leg. There's a reverse L where it goes in one direction on one side, and then there's a straight leg for some animals, and it's sort of complicated, but just like I did just like I did the wings, I guess I could do a thing on legs one day. Hey, Jason, how about a praying mantis? Okay. Don't want nothing too complicated, now do we? My elephant work for peanuts. You want me to make an elephant work for peanuts, or you talking about Brian working for peanuts? Daryl. Oh yeah, he works for French fries. You okay, Brian? Practice, practice, no other way, more practice. LOL, hey Lou. Okay. Oh, I know. I understand some of the techno language that they've made, shorthand that they've made for internet. Not all of it. There's a lot of it that still gets me, and makes still stumps my mind, but that's okay. And some of it I wouldn't use anyway. I might use part of it, but not all of it. Like what the itches, twitches and itches. Okay, you make your animals work. Oh, I get it. Well, it's practice, practice, and more practice. Um, and the only way, again, you've got to come up with shapes, shape on shape that make your animals work for you. I, there's just few, simple shapes that I do that work and can be or duplicated time and time and time again, and it worked out really well for some of them. And I've gotten a little bit of good reviews on the angel or the wing video that I did just a little while ago, because it was one one person on Melting Memories. I can't think of her name right now. I'm not good with names. Names and me are like the Atlantic Ocean. Most of them go over my head, but eventually they do sink in. Eventually. Takes a while, but they do sink in. There we go. And again, I always try to make my lizard look like it's walking away, like it's alive and ready to jump or move around for you. Lizard slash salamander. You say salamander, and I think it goes well at this point, but at one point it was lizards, and tomorrow it might be a reptile. A reptile quadrupedic reptile. Okay. A reptile dysfunction. My son almost has a sense of humor. Almost. Yes, he does have a sense of humor. Anyway, it's nice to know that 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 fruit didn't fall far from my tree, I guess.
What tree? I don't see any.
Family tree.
There's a tree that's named after our family.
You bet. Hi, Bass. Nice to see you. Boy, we got quite a crowd here today. Okay, a mantis. You really want to see a mantis?
Look outside.
What?
He wants to see a mantis. Look outside.
There's one?
No, just look outside. Tell him to look outside for one.
No. I'll get one. I'm gonna do not a macro mantis, but I'm gonna do a small mantis. I've done a few larger ones. Now I'm gonna get smaller here. First, I'm going to. I've got this thicker jade green going on. Ooh, ooh, even better, better, better. Ooh, I have this thicker jade green, but instead of that, I'm going to use this jade green because it is jade green layered over with Illuminati, layered over with encased clear. So basically, I've got a. So it should, in theory, and I'll see what I can do about making the picture come true. Theory, when I show you the picture, it should show up as uh, working on Santa icicles. Now, cool. That sounds like fun. Now, when I say a macro mantis, we're making that the tail of the mantis right there. And now I'm going to just put the basis of the wing wing stuff on it right here. I'm going to just tweeze it out and pull it out into the wing that goes over the tail, basically. Don't do that to me. It's it's small. It really is, and I think my flame's a little bit too high for what I want it to do. That's the thing I like about the Carlisle. It can give you such variety. Red Elvis. Like to see that red you, you're using. Actually, this red right there is, or this red. Actually, that's an orange in the light that I'm using, and that's encased clear. I'm not sure what the actual color is, but it is a North Star color. I have not really had a chance to play with Red Elvis yet myself. Nothing against the company, but again, most of the colored glass that I've used in my glass blowing career, as it were, has been nothing but North. Well, I take that back. I have used some China, and I've had used some other colors, but all in all, mostly it has been. I'd say a good 90% of it has been nothing but North Star colors. I guess I'm prejudiced that way or something. I don't know. Okay, we're coming up with 6 legs on the right.
That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Got my decision made.
Oops. What's your decision? Oh, for those that are wondering, I won't tell you yet. I'll let him tell you what he was making. I know what it was,
I know what it was supposed to be, but
and it's not silly of me to say or hint at what it might be, but it could have been a watery.
what do you see that?
Looks a little bit like a frog.
I see a fish.
You see a fish, frog, same idea.
Just make the fish.
Amphibious type deal. You got it. That's good. And again, I'm working on 3 legs on the other side here. And these are tiny. This one's a tiny one. It's almost melting itself as I do this, but we're getting it there. I'm making it work. There's one. Again, that's the thing I like about the Carlisle is I can do a variety of bigger tasks on this thing and or smaller tasks just by changing out the pressure in the valves, and that single valve in the center has really got its good qualities, I guess you could say. And we're getting there. What do you think? Side conversation while we're watching you. Okay, that's cool.
As long as
Sorry.
it wasn't like Amber.
Okay. No, there's. I'm not sorry. I'm glad that you guys are actually collaborating, as it were, chatting away and getting things done. And look at here, we're almost done with this guy. I'm almost putting like a bicycle seat shape for his head, and then we'll put some nice bulgy looking eyes on him. And again, he should glow under a black light. We'll find that out. Matter of fact, that's what I'll use for the. I'll just use Illuminati itself for the eyes, which I just have sitting here from when I made this little bit of an Illuminati encased jade green encased clear, or should I say jade green encased with Illuminati encased with clear over that. So yeah, something like that. And a partridge in a pear tree. There we are.
That too.
Yeah, these eyes are a little bit too bulgy. Let me bring it down just to and tilt his head slightly. And we got to fix his one leg here to hold up a little bit towards the front.
That's interesting. That's an interesting
I
use
looked
of
into
eyeglasses.
doing dollhouse shows. Wow, that'd be a cool deal, Daryl. Um,
That's an interesting use of eyeglasses.
yes, that would be a cool deal. I've often thought about doing miniature shows like that because of the range that my glassware does, and I haven't, but I would love to try one sometime. Tell me how your show does show up or do for you, and I'm really excited for you to know that you're trying that venue. Um, Miniatures have always been a I guess you could say a love for me because it's a way of making something not using a lot of glass and yet learning to create it. And then what you can do is scale up instead of using tons and tons of glass and wasting tons and tons of glass and color. You use just a little bit and get the idea where you're going to be putting things and just scale up. And then you've got something still usable and still doable. Anyway, with that, I've done the two things on this show and I'm running at probably a little over the 30 minutes, but that's the way it works. Give me about another 10 minutes, and I'm going to be coming back with doing another show, and we will see how things go from there. Let me do a quick hello and goodbye on this one. Uh, if Brian, if you want to turn and wave, goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Can't afford them. Anyway, thank you. As always, enjoy your day.
But maybe.
And Brian's got it right. Carpe vitro. Thank you. And we're off.